quarterback because he does such a nice job in terms of just hiding the football. Dominic Wilson, a dual threat quarterback. He is capable of breaking one deep on his legs and on his arm. Magic's defense, they're talented. They have an experienced secondary. Kenny, again, is a 4-year starter, and Dejuan is a junior, and he's a 3-year starter, and they both started as freshmen. Noah DeHart, you'll see him at linebacker tonight for the Magics, and Kieran Smith, the senior, they're both back on the defensive side. So they've got some experience on the defensive side. Where they really struggle, Robert, offensively and defensively, is they've got young, inexperienced players, albeit they're seniors and juniors. They're inexperienced on between the tackles, and that might prove to be the difference in tonight's ball game.
Absolutely, especially with Coach Todd. He's going to try to find the weakness of his opponent, and that's going to be their defensive line and offensive line. So he's going to go right at them. I would have to think we're going to ground and pound it between the tackles and to make that secondary with the Magics come up and respect that run, and then we'll find the receivers down over top of them.
And defensively, we've got a new defensive coordinator for the Wadsworth Grizzlies.
Matt Prost. He's been with the Grizzlies for many years here. He's been with the secondary, coaching secondary for many years. You'll know the name, Braden Prost. That's his father.
Yep. Tyler.
Tyler's out here on the field tonight. He's starting in the secondary. He's taken over calling the defensive plays this year. So look forward, same scheme, but a little bit more aggressive is what I'm understanding.
Yeah, aggressive seems to be the key word. We asked Coach Todd earlier this week, hey, give us one word that describes your defense. And he said aggressive. He said, react and attack. Last season, they were more read and react. This year, it's more react and attack. And I love that mentality. And we'll get a quick look because the Grizzlies are going to start out on defense here tonight.
Yes, absolutely. The Grizzlies did win the toss. They deferred to the second half. So we're going to be seeing one Jack Dimwitty kicking off here shortly, and we're going to be speaking about that young man, a very good wrestler, and providing being his third year being a starter here for Grizzlies. Another freshman that played for the Grizzlies.
Coach Todd about the Magic saying they have explosive athletes, but they're much weaker in the trenches this season compared to last year. And regarding Wilson, he says he throws well on the run. He's big and he's physical when he's running the football. And Coach Todd likes Wilson a lot, and there's not much to not like about Wilson. He's a talented football player. Speaking of defensively, the Magic's linebackers, that's a key of that's something they have to stop tonight on the offensive line, is that those linebackers, they flow very well to the football to the Magics and can really mess up an offensive scheme here tonight for Wadsworth. Yeah,
absolutely. And again, we only have 2 returning starters as you see the Fighting Grizzlies coming out on the field tonight. One thing we noticed earlier is the captains that were elected. Usually are mostly seniors, sometimes a junior, but Kyle Figueray, I saw Ross. I also saw Gavin Madigan, sophomore.
Kyle Figueray, the other captain. Yep. Yeah, not often that a sophomore is elected captain on the football team, but that just tells you a little bit about Gavin's character and how hard he has worked in the offseason. He's put on 20 pounds of muscle as the sophomore safety for the Grizzlies. And we'll take a look now at Jack Dinwiddie, who will be kicking off for the Grizzlies to start this football game. Dinwiddie, he's a 4-star kicker for the Grizzlies, and Robert, he's ranked 33rd in the nation in the 2025 class, 2nd in the state of Ohio, and he's got on record with a 72-yard boot with a 3.75 second hang time. In his career, in only 2 years, he's 57 of 59 on extra points, and he's converted 2 of 4 field goals. And we watched him in pregame, and he hit one from 50.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's getting stronger every year. Every year, he's going to get confidence. He's going to be – I can't wait for next year to see him.
Tonight, John Bernard down in the van making things happen for us. Upstairs on the cameras, Aiden Uzinski and Joanna Perino. And we are just moments away from getting underway in week number 1 of the Ohio High School Athletic Association's high school football season. It's been a long wait and a short summer.
Short summer, beautiful summer, and another gorgeous night here at Artwright Stadium. As you see the Grizzlies switching sides here, they got Grizzlies and the Magics got lined up on the wrong side.
Absolutely. The Grizzlies losing the coin toss, and why not? You want to kick with the wind to your back. Don't give the Magics a chance. And, while we have a moment here, while they get things lined up, special teams, Robert, something we struggled with early last year, but boy, we've got to turn it around this year.
Absolutely. First game of the season, these boys got a little nerves here and there. First time starting, maybe. So, as our former partner Roger Wright would say, you're always going to have a big play on special teams early in the season.
There's a good look at our defensive lineup. New graphic here on WCTV as we bring you the starters for the Grizzlies on defense here following this kickoff, as Jack Dinwiddie, the junior kicker, will get things underway here in the 2023 season. Nice crowd on hand at Art Wright Stadium. No school today, but that's not going to keep the fans away.
Kick is away. It's going to go in the end zone. Be brought out to the 20-yard line. So we'll see what the Grizzlies defense, led by Matt Prost up here. I think he's on the sideline. He's not up in the booth. Some coaches like to be up in the booth to be able to see down on the field. Some others want to be able to talk to the players as they come off the field. So Matt Prost is elected to stay on the sidelines.
Defensively, Luke Ryder, nose tackle for the Grizzlies. He's another guy that worked hard in the offseason, putting on 20 pounds of muscle. And then you've got, your two ends out there. You got number 5, which is Zach Wise, who's high praise from Coach Todd for Zach Wise. And he says he's a kid you can't keep off the football field.
Absolutely. He was going to be the backup quarterback last year. He was, and then he gained so much muscle, 20, 25 pounds of muscle as well as another player. Throws off quickly to number 2. Wrapped up, pushed out of bounds by number 20 for the Grizzlies.
And long handoff there for the Magics. And I like the play call simply because it gets Wilson, some butterflies out of his system.
Number 20, and I have to think that was Simon Kilker. We have 22 number 22s on our roster and no number 20, and I think that's Simon Kilker.
Yeah, I believe you're correct. Simon Kilker, 2nd down and 9 now for the Magics.
Macon behind Wilson. Throws again. Knocked out of bounds after a short gain by number 13, Caleb Lemp.
Yeah, Lemp gave up a lot of ground on that pass reception there to number 3 of the Magics, Angelo Harper.
Brings up a 3rd and 3.
Now this is the money defense.
Quarterback keep, and they stop him. Actually, a loss of a yard. They'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Kyle Figueroa on the stop with a host of Grizzlies on a big 3rd and 3 stop. That forces the Magics to punt it away. Good look at Figueroa. A couple of good stories on the young man here in local media. What an effort last season. Kyle Figueroa fighting through some injuries.
Yeah, absolutely. And then a phenomenal baseball season, voted player of the year in the Suburban League. Grizzlies looking to attack. Nope. Kicks away. It's a short punt. Great roll.
Yeah, Madigan wisely gets away from the football, and it's down at, I believe, the 29-yard line where the Grizzlies will take over on offense, led by senior quarterback Will Stack. Kyle Figueroa in the backfield.
You're going to see Gavin Madigan back there every once in a while, number 23. You got Ryan Keaton, Caden Shriver, and Reese Simmons should be at the receivers' positions.
Offensive line, center John Byers. Your guards are Gabe Ludke and Brady O'Connor. Tackles Eli Kaufman and Evan Crowley.
The Grizzly line averages 241 across the front. Figure 8 to the left of Stack. We have whistles. Must be equipment issue for number 13 for the Magics.
Yeah, that's Kieran Smith Jr. will leave. Noah DeHart comes in. Now we got a whistle and
another player being sent out. Number 2 of the
that's Hart. That's
Magics.
That's Kenny Larry. These are veterans.
I'm not sure. Oh, you know what? They're telling him to pull his knee pads down over his knees.
Yeah, we see that a lot in the NFL. You know, high school football not permitted.
Well, Stack throws it off to number 13. Tackled after it looks like a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, that's Lamp on the reception. Just, again, I like the call play. First play of the season. Gets the butterflies out of everybody. And now Lamp looks like he's down.
It looks like he's maybe grabbing his left knee. He's pushing his sock down, pointing to his left knee. Hopefully it's nothing here.
Lamp, a second-year starter, a sophomore at the corner position.
I think the Akron Beacon Journal had a quote about him. He was playing the position Coach Todd made famous with Barrett Labus, number 4 of the Grizzlies. And here you see the play.
He's kind of got bent awkwardly on the tackle, as the trainer will tend to Lamp on the field. We have a little bit of a timeout.
So we were talking about Aaron Reese earlier and then missing him, and asked Coach Todd about that. And you know, I like what he had to say about that. You don't replace a player like Aaron Reese, but our program is centered around controlling the controllables. We are focused on one rep at a time. The process is what's important. The outcomes will take care of itself. Can't ask for anything better than that. That was phenomenal. You know, as big of a loss that is, like you said, he can't control that. It is, you can wish and want all you want, but you can't control it.
Now we'll see if Calix Lemp can get up on his own and make his way to the sideline. And, you know, if Calix Lemp, he goes both ways on this Grizzly football team.
And let's hope he's okay, but he's not putting a lot of weight on that left leg.
You know, you might see Carson Bucks come in place of Lemp, and Lemp, as he limps off the field, doesn't look like he would be returning. He's certainly questionable. Well, you hate to see that in the first play from scrimmage on offense of the season. The sophomore goes down with a left knee, what appears to be a knee injury. That'll bring up second down now and 2 from the Grizzly 37-yard line.
Figure 8 to the right of Stack. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. Figure 8 in motion. Quickly throws off to him. And a phenomenal play by the Magics there. And boy, he lowered his helmet. Yeah, they're going to get him right underneath the chin with the crown of his helmet.
Yeah, that is a defenseless player. And now you can have Figure, your leading rusher, out of the football game as he goes down with a hard hit.
As you see the referee explain what he did wrong, you have to put your hands out in front of you. If the receiver doesn't see you, got to put your hands out in front of him as you see the play here.
Now, Kyle Figure is up, and that is good news for the young man.
Coach Todd's got to be thinking, what in the world's going on? I will say he did not hit.
Yeah, he did lower his shoulder.
Yeah, he did lower his shoulder, did not hit him in the helmet. So,
yeah, but to your point, you can't go in on a defenseless player like that. It'll be a first down for the Grizzlies on the penalty.
Madigan checks in the backfield for. So is Metzger in the backfield, number 15.
Well, what I liked what the official did there with number 2, that's Kenny O'Leary, who is a senior. He explained it well to him.
Little Stack keeping it. Cuts it up. 4-yard gain on first down. Tyler Prost, number 11, checks in. Colton checks out. 2 running backs in the backfield, which is a rarity for the Grizzlies. Looks like Madigan and Metzger on either side of Stack.
Okay.
Late substitution now for the Magics.
I just didn't want to have the same shot as Eden. Okay.
Metzger in motion. Hand off to Madigan right up the middle. This is going to go for a touchdown, Grizzlies.
Now the ball fake by Stack freezes the linebacker, and we get a great block by John Byers and Eli Kaufman up front that allowed Madigan to break free and find the end zone. Look at the push up front by that offensive line.
Is that 28 or 23? That's Figure Eight. Number 12. I think that was number 28, Figure Eight, it scored. And I didn't see him sneak back in.
Figure Eight snuck back in.
You got Madigan in number 23.
Dinwiddie's kick is good, and the Grizzlies up 7-0 here early in the first quarter.
And Mike, he looks faster than he was last year. Bigger, stronger, and faster. That's scary.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that Coach Todd talked about also is these kids in the offseason, they dedicated themselves to getting bigger, faster, stronger, and quicker. And you're going to see that here tonight.
Because it was numerous players across the board. You'll see that tonight. Yeah, bigger. And we kind of stated that earlier with Luke Ryder, Wise, Madigan. That's a testament to their dedication to the weight room in the offseason.
Coach Todd, this is his 8th season at the helm for the Grizzlies. 11th season coaching high school football overall. He's 84-39. Here at Wadsworth, he's 49-28. You know, head coaches across the state of Ohio, across the country, high school head coaches, they pour their heart and soul into this. They love kids, and they love to teach leadership through the game of football. And Coach Justin Todd is a perfect example of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's built the program up. You know, if I recall right, when he took over 8 years ago, less than 42, 43 kids on that that roster those years. And that's tough when you have we're a D1 program. I know back then it was D2, but that's a lot hard. And I think we're in the 60s, mid-60s right now. Nice kick, picked up at the 6. Still on his feet. Ball comes out. The Grizzlies believe they have the ball.
They're fighting for it.
Zach Wise was down there. Hey.
Guess who comes up with it? Number 26, Ivan Raines.
Ivan Raines with the...
How about a big special teams play early on in this football game? And we talked about special teams. Our
former partner, Roger Wright. He coached special teams for many years. He says it's very important the first week of the season to protect the ball and do the right things on special teams because it costs you games.
Well, this is a nice job of coverage, and Barberton tries to bring it to the outside. He does a nice job of tucking it away, but Wadsworth stronger and rips the football away.
We'll stack at the moment with nobody in the backfield. We got 3 receivers to right, 2 to the top of the screen. Figure Eight is at the top of the screen there. Will Stack keeps it. Lots of running room. Moves the change, picks up about 12 yards on first down.
I got to tell you, John Byers, big 6'3", 265-pound center, is just manhandling the Magic's nose tackle right now.
Will Stack keeps it again, rushes right up the middle, pushes across the 10-yard line before he's taken down.
Yeah, he's running behind Byers. Metzger will check in for the Grizzlies offensively in the backfield. It looks like Figure and Metzger in the backfield.
Yep. Reese Smith, number 88, checks out. Figure Eight with the carry, right up the middle. There goes the penalty flag, and he gets in the end zone. We'll see what this penalty flag is. It's going to be a holding call against the Grizzlies, and negate that touchdown.
Now the official almost made the tackle.
He did one way or another. When he threw the flag, it was done with there.
Play was over at that point.
Yep.
But kudos to that offensive line for the Grizzlies. Doing an outstanding job.
And again, the line is Evan Crowley at left tackle, Gabe Lucky at left guard, John Byers at center, Brady O'Connor at right guard, and Eli Kaufman at right tackle. Kaufman's name, you recognize him. His older brother was Ian, who was a 3-year linebacker here the last couple of years.
Yeah, that right guard, Brady O'Connor, he's a sophomore, 6'4", 210.
He's playing both ways. He's playing a linebacker. You're seeing that. Figure away the screen and nobody there. Holy cow. You and I could have walked that in. That was so well done.
Now we talked about how important it was for the Grizzlies, Robert, to get out quickly and put points on the board. Now that's going to force Barberton to throw the football. And for Wadsworth defensively, they can pin their ears back now.
Pin their ears back. Let those linebackers flow. And one thing about this is early in the season, and you have a lot of Magics playing both ways. We have a few. The Magics have a lot of players playing both ways on that roster.
Speaking with Coach Grotto before the football game, was a little concerned about whether or not his Magics would bring the fire here tonight. And right now you've got a fumble on the kickoff, the second kickoff return, and 2 quick scores here by the Grizzlies as Dinwiddie's on for the PAT. We've got a whistle and another delay here before the PAT takes place.
Number 21, Ryan Stoops, is the placeholder. He is the backup quarterback that's being groomed to be the future Grizzly quarterback. A lot of potential, Coach Todd said. Loves what he sees out of him.
I'm going to wave the flag. Now Barberton will send in another substitution. It is week 1, folks.
High school football. Now we're Division I. If we have a good season, we'll have a home game hopefully here. Kick is up. It is good. Grizzlies lead 14-0 with 8:06 left in the first quarter.
Look down on the bench, and I see the trainer still working with the sophomore, number 13, Calix Lemp, on that left leg, and I doubt we'll see the sophomore again this evening.
Yep. Hopefully he'll be only missed tonight's game. Hopefully it's just a bruise, especially since we have Worcester here, the Worcester Generals here next week. I know it was a down year for them last year, but that's a rarity. I mean, it's usually a huge battle between the Generals and the Grizzlies, the battle of the W's.
Speaking of rarities, my friend, that screenplay that Coach Todd called is a rarity out of his arsenal.
Yes, usually it's a receiver screen. It's usually what you see a great deal from Coach Todd, or a bubble screen. But that was, he had, 4 linemen down there blocking for him? It's a great job.
Now, Dinwiddie put one in the end zone, his first kickoff, and the second one was a squib kick. We'll see what the junior kicker does.
Oh, squib kick. Onside kick. And it looks like the Grizzlies are going to get it. There's a penalty flag. So it did not go 10 yards before. But I believe
Barberton crossed the line. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Barberton did cross the line, touched the ball. The ball went forward. Coach Todd putting the foot down on the gas pedal. Let's see a replay of that. I thought that was touched by Barberton and bounced back into Wadsworth territory, but we'll see here.
Yeah, I believe you're correct. Number 16 on the far side for the Magics. That's Terrence Davis. I believe he stepped across the 50 and made contact with the football. He did touch it.
So
not sure why.
Yeah, I'm not sure why either.
Kick again, but Dinwiddie will try again.
It's the first game of the season for the refs, too. Kick is up. Nice high kick. A lot of hang time. Taken at the 10. Magic with a head of steam. And they're going to score on this. There's no penalty flag. Touchdown Magics.
That's Davis on the return.
Well, they answered. And what, Mike, you and I talked, and you asked me what my thoughts were. I go, stay calm. And this is for both teams. Stay calm. Be patient. There's mistakes are going to happen. You got to stay calm. You got to fight back from them. And hey, that's a great job from Magic bouncing back.
Now the difference in this football game thus far, 2 big special team plays.
Absolutely. Number 35 for the Grizzlies running on. That's Bowden Ballinger. He's a sophomore 5'11" linebacker.
A lot of whistles on these PATs, as I think Wadsworth may have called a timeout. In fact, they did. Well, special teams breakdowns, week number 1, you don't do a whole lot of special teams and kickoffs in the preseason.
And even in scrimmages, you don't do a lot of that anymore. And you only have 2 scrimmages for the most part. So you're not getting a lot of that in. I'm sure Coach Todd's worked on them without doubt. But.
That was a huge answer for Barberton. The life of them was sucked out.
It absolutely was. Can you imagine if Wadsworth recovered that onside kick, where that would have went? That's a huge swing in just one play.
Cameron Walton on to attempt the point after for the Magics. It would cut the lead in half to 14-7.
Kick is up. It is wide left. No good. So the Grizzlies still lead 14-6.
And then we have another flag on the play. I believe it was after the play. So this would be assessed, I believe, on the kickoff.
Number 16, Jacob Ernest is, asking what happened there.
Well, something could have been said on the field, and the officials are going to put a stop to any chatter right away. Well, in other action in the Suburban League tonight, Twinsburg travels to Aurora. That's a rivalry that's been for decades. Hudson is at Highland. That is the Fox 8 game of the week. North Royalton is at Maple Heights. Bedford is at Nordonia. Solon at Olmsted Falls. Medina at Stowe. And Brecksville takes on Talmadge.
I tell you, you're going to find out a lot about Highland and Hudson tonight after that game. Hudson lost a lot of seniors from last year. They got a great running back in Ludwig, who is back, but you got to get some experience in there. And then they were a very senior-laden team last year, Hudson was.
Yeah, Highland, a very good football team last year as well.
Extremely good.
Yep. So we'll see for the first time the Grizzly kickoff return team.
It looks like
Tyler Probst is back.
And Metzger, I believe, is back there too. He's Figuere's up at the 15-16. Madigan's at the 20. I think that is Metzger and Tyler Probst, as you said, number 11 for the Grizzlies.
Yes.
Magic's kicking off from the Grizzly 45. So the penalty was on the Grizzlies and marked off on them. So this is going to go deep in the end zone, or you think they wouldn't go for an onside kick, would you?
I'd squib kick it.
Kick is up in the end zone. Metzger looks at it as it goes through the end zone and out.
Now we'll see how the Grizzlies respond to the kickoff return for a touchdown by the Magic that cut the lead to 8. But again, Coach Todd has talked about this in his tenure here. Again, his 8th year as the head coach is you got to stay calm. Things are going to happen. Mistakes are going to happen. Penalties are going to happen. But you got to stay within yourself and execute your game plan.
Keep your composure. Live to play another day. All those cliches. As I see some of the Grizzly members coming by and patting number 13 limp on his shoulder, on his leg, and giving him good wishes here. Stack in the backfield by himself now. Figure eight motions into the backfield. Stack keeps it. He's trying to break away from one tackle and lunges forward and gets just back to the line of scrimmage. Magic's did a good job corralling that one.
Yeah, it looked like Demir Watson or Wright was on the play. Josiah Wright on the play. Nice job, Josiah. Played his position well. He stayed home, and he did not bite on the fake to Figure. And his eyes were in the backfield watching Will Stack and able to make the tackle for a 1 yard gain only for Wadsworth.
Colton Levitt checked in at tight end, and boy, they came in and threw Figure right to the ground on that play.
Yeah, big number 74, Elijah McDougal, 6'2", 285-pound defensive lineman, just come crashing through the line.
This is going to bring up 3rd and 12 for the Grizzlies, deep in their own territory here. So we'll see. Obviously, could be a passing down with the wheels that Will Stack has. You never know; he may keep it and run it. But let's see what's called here. We've got 3 receivers to the top of the screen.
Now look for the Magics to bring their backers at 3rd and 13.
Figaro shits up in the pistol. Stack going to throw now, keeps it. Now rolls to the right. Outruns number 44, picks up the first down before he gets shoved out of bounds. Chains are moving. Will Smith. Nice.
Well, 19, Ryan Keaton. Ryan Keaton on the near sideline with a nice downfield block that gave just enough room for Will Stack to get that first down. We talk about how important downfield blocking is.
Figure just gets his ankle knocked out from underneath him, and down he goes, I think, short of the line of scrimmage by a yard.
Harper coming from the near side at the end of that line, defensive end position, corner position. Arm tackle. Oh, running back coaches hate to see that.
Colton Levitt, number 85, checking in at tight end for the Grizzlies.
More time on the leg press, my running backs coach used to say.
Stack rolling left, looking to throw. Throws out of bounds, intended for receiver number 81, it looks like. 81 is Jackson Urksa for the Grizzlies.
I think Barberton wanted an intentional grounding, but plenty of receivers in the area, and it was obvious he was going to throw it out of bounds. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 11 now for Wadsworth. Whoop. Beg your pardon, there was a flag thrown, personal foul. So roughing the passer, maybe. I don't know if we can.
It's over that area, yep. The marching left against the Magics.
Well, that explains why the Magic's coaching staff was irate.
Definitely makes the first down and 10 now for Wadsworth with the ball on the Magic's 48-yard line.
On the 48-yard line of the Magics. We have whistles. Very slow first quarter. We've still got 5:38 in the first quarter.
I believe we got the chains tangled up on the far sideline. And it's opening day for the chain game too, folks. 14-6 your score. Wadsworth just crossing over into Barberton Magic territory.
Figure has it. Keeps the legs driving, picks up 4 or 5 yards, dragging a few of the Magics with him.
He's always been a powerful runner. We remember watching him as a sophomore. He was sort of a more of a shifty runner as a sophomore, but now he's running with more power and speed.
He's up 2nd and 5. Nice snap. Nice job by Stack, bringing it down.
Yeah, I think the high snap might have threw the timing off on that play on the right side as the hole was there, but then quickly closed up. That'll bring up a short 3rd down, and it looks like 2.
Two receivers each side of the field. Figure with the ball. Close, now passes the first down marker. First down Grizzlies and still moving the pile.
Yeah, 7 Grizzlies taking down the senior tailback for the Grizzlies in a first down run. And both coaches before the game, Robert, talked about how important it was to control the line of scrimmage. And this game would be won between the tackles.
And that's what we're seeing right now. After that figure eight touchdown run right up the middle, the Magic's done a better job now. They're really concentrating on, but like we said earlier, pound the ball, and then make that secondary come up and then go over top of them. Fake to Metzger. Stack keeps it right up the middle. Another first down. Stack just so explosive.
Well, you've got 2 threats on that play. You've got Figure who can get to the outside quickly, and you've got to contain the outside, and the linebacker stretched too far on that play. We'll stack with a first down.
Metzger has it on the outside edge. Nice job, Metzger.
Nathan Metzger, the 5'6", 165-pound back.
I can't speak for this year. I know last year he was pound for pound the strongest player on the Grizzlies team.
You love his heart. And just the heart to compete and to play football. You got 2 in the backfield. Madigan, Figure.
Thrown off and caught.
That's Keaton.
Keaton, number 19 for the Grizzlies. Pickup of 1, it looks like. Figure with the carry. And he'll pick up, looks like about 1, 2. So they're going to bring up 3rd and 6. Somewhere in there.
Yeah, I guess, defensively, if you're the Magics, you got a key on Figure because he's the Grizzly go-to guy, but you've also got Madigan in the backfield.
You got Madigan, then you got Stack that can keep it.
Checking in is Colton Levitt for Wadsworth.
At the H-back position for him. Number 11's in the slot, Tyler Prost. Stack keeps it right up the middle. Touchdown, Grizzlies.
Now that's what we were just talking about. The good fake to Figure gets the linebackers flowing, which opens up the hole for Will Stack. Touchdown, Grizzlies. Dinwiddie on for the PAT to hold it. Here's 21, Ryan Stoops. A strong offensive performance thus far for the Grizzlies. 21 on the board. We got a flag on the play. I believe the Magics jumped off sides, Robert.
I agree with you. It was a left defensive end jumped. Well, what are we talking about? Magics answered. Grizzlies came back with a nice drive down the field.
Now we're going to go for 2. I believe Coach Todd is.
Yep, I would agree with you on that. Send the Figure. Will Stack's back out there.
Now, even if you miss it, it's still a 14-point advantage, 2-score advantage.
Especially since the Magics missed their extra point.
You got Madigan and Figure in the backfield. Probst and Keaton on the near side.
Jackson Urksa at the top of the screen by himself. Here we go.
Will Stack in the shadows of Art Wright Stadium.
Madigan and Figure and Stack all turn around, look back at the play call. Madigan slides up to the H-back position. They're all going to foul, and Will Stack's going to keep it. And does he get it? He gets crossed. There you go. He gave him the 2 points.
Well, there is the Grizzlies taking advantage of a Magic's mistake as
remaining in the first quarter. The score is
So the Grizzlies lead 22-6. We're still in the first quarter, Mike.
Yeah, good offensive performance by the Grizzlies and defensively too. Magic really haven't done anything offensively other than the kickoff return for a touchdown. And we talked about how important special teams are, but week one, I think a lot of coaches, they look at it and like, special teams, we haven't had a lot of time to work on it.
Yes. Sun's finally starting to go down, take the shadows off the field.
I thought we might get done with this before the sunset, but I don't think we're going to get done with the first quarter.
No. And we're again live here this year. WCTV will be broadcasting all the home games from here. They will be still broadcasting the live ones, away games. It will be the feed of the home team. Kick rolls into the end zone. So the Magics will start out on the 20-yard line.
I want to keep an eye on Magic's number 6, Robert Davis. He is a passionate football player. Is number 6, Robert Davis for the Magics.
Are you saying that with quotes? Passionate? Are you seeing a little excitement from him on the sideline, on the field?
I'm seeing some excitement on the field out of the young man. I think he's frustrated that the Magics are down 22-6.
No problem.
Here we go, 1st and 10 from the 20.
Yeah, motion for the Magics, taking the handoff, now making Xavier has it. Still fighting it.
Luke Ryder, so quick off the football on that play, was able to get into the backfield and disrupt it. Gain of a little more than 1 on the play.
I believe I see number 53. Is that Evan Crowley at defensive end at the moment?
Yes. Evan Crowley at defensive end.
Luke Ryder at center, a nose, I should say.
False start on the Magics. Both the right guard and right tackle not on the same cadence as the left side of that offensive line. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down and 13 now for the Magics.
Wilson looking to throws deep. Caught by number 15, and down the sideline he goes. He's going to go, oh, nice shoestring tackle by number 7, Travis Graham. He saved a touchdown there. And Coach Todd was worried about that. He said, what was it? They gave up 3 big passes in the scrimmages this year. And he was worried about that a little bit, the deep ball.
I love the fact that Graham never gave up on the play. Kept his defense in the football play at that point. It's 1st down and 10. Looks like the ball's placed at the 17-yard line. You got to give Wilson credit.
Yes.
Nice pass along the sideline.
Rolling out. Nothing doing, just back to the line of scrimmage.
Wilson, that's really where he's at his best. When he's rolling out to the right and he's able to get the ball downfield, Coach Todd talks about how much he likes the athletic ability of Wilson.
And that was number 1 in there as well, Sean Kincaid for the Grizzlies, a junior.
Makes a 2nd down and 10 for the Magic.
We're seeing some early rotation of players in the Grizzlies' offensive defensive sidelines, I should say, in the play. Grizzlies jump off sides. Something drew them off. Yep. They both got Ryder and Crawley, both of them. So they saw whatever it was. Both of them did.
Makes a 2nd down and 5. The ball on the Wadsworth 12-yard line.
Someone who's not out on the field, and hopefully he's here soon and healthy, is one Drew Jones, number 2, senior for the Grizzlies. Handoff right up the middle. He's going to go in and score. Magic's get on the scoreboard once again.
Yeah, just a simple dive play off the right. Xavier Macon finds the end zone for the Magics. Simple dive and Macon with a head of steam. They will cut the lead to 10 with a PAT to follow, or they're going to go for two.
Looks like they are going to go for two.
Fumble. And Wadsworth comes up with it. Crowley, I believe, comes up with the fumble.
So the 2-point conversion's no good.
The 2-point conversion attempted by the Magic.
The Grizzlies still lead 22-12. Still in the first quarter. We're down to 30-some seconds left in the first quarter, so I can hear John now in the van. It's going to be a late game at this pace.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Todd. You know, a lot of coaches get this question about what impressed you so much about preseason or camp. And Coach Todd, what impressed himself and his coaching staff about this team is their commitment to excellence. And that's not an easy thing to do, to be committed to excellence, because that requires a ton of work. And he says these kids are coachable. But what I also found interesting, what he said, was this football team has the same traits that they've seen from some of the great teams in the past. And that is high praise and high expectations.
Very high praise from Coach Todd.
And his staff, they just love being around these kids. And we talked about the camaraderie among this football team between the coaches and the players.
Can make for a very, very special season.
Well, we're looking forward to the second quarter.
Kick is away. It's going to go back to Prost. Number 11 picks it up about a 7-yard line. He's got some running room. Just gets tripped up as he stumbles over the 35-yard line.
Angelo Harper tripped him up there at about the 30-yard line, and he got out to, where are they going to mark it? The 35-yard line. Will Stack and company will come back out as it's like shaking up on the play. Might have been Metzger slightly on the kickoff return. We'll keep an eye on Metzger on the sideline.
Figure eights in the pistol formation behind Stack. 2 receivers at the top of the screen. Hand off to Figure eight right up the middle. Again, right between the tackles. Figure eight was patient there looking for his hole. He didn't just blast away. He just followed his blockers, found a hole. Picks up 2 yards on the first down, so bring up 2nd and 8.
Grizzlies pick up another first down and 10 now. Ball is on their own 37-yard line.
So whistles. Looks like the refs are going to end of the quarter. Here, finally to the second quarter. That's a 45-minute first quarter. So the Grizzlies do lead 22-12 after the first quarter. So kind of what we expected. Grizzlies are doing a lot of good things, some mistakes, special teams mistakes, but making a lot of things happen in the first quarter here, and a lot of penalties.
What I really like is the offensive line is controlling that line of scrimmage from tackle to tackle and giving Will Stack and Figure and Madigan room to run up front. What'll be interesting to see is we're up 22-12 at this point is whether or not Coach Todd is going to open up the passing game, because we haven't seen anything deep at this point. Everything's been short within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, and it's been running between the tackles.
Absolutely. And as you see, it's getting tougher and tougher to run because everyone's coming up. All the defenders are coming up, clogging up the running lanes. he's going to keep pounding away, but he's going to pop that ball over top sooner or later.
Well, you're starting to see Xavier Macon. He's the starting running back and linebacker for the Magics. He's starting to get into the flow of this football game. Watching him on this series, he's done a really good job of shedding blockers and getting in and making some tackles.
Looks like Levitt in at H-back, goes in motion. Figure Eight's going to try the left side. He's got a lead blocker. Taken down near the 40-yard line.
Again, as a running back, you want to get that ball in that outside arm. You don't want somebody coming in from behind you.
It looks like they're going a little quick pace here. Figure right up the middle. Another, man, the Magics are coming off edge and just diving at his ankles at this point.
That's going to bring up 4th down and 4. Interesting call now for Coach Justin Todd and his staff. And we're going to kick it. I think that's a good choice.
Now, I believe Reese is our punter, number 37.
Will Reese, number 32.
32, yeah. I'm sorry.
So back deep is number 15, Noah DeHart for the Magics. Also going back is number 6, Robert Davis.
There's another penalty flag, and what's the
delay a game?
Okay.
Yeah, these are things, these mistakes on special teams will get, you talk about them in film and they'll work out. You won't see these mistakes next week.
When the Worcester Generals come to town. Hunts away, bounces near the 33, goes out of bounds.
And they will mark it at the 33-yard line. Good eyes, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Lucky, maybe.
So the Magics will look to cut this 10-point deficit with 10:49 left here in the first half. It has been, folks, a long football game. The first half, nearly an hour long, and we're just starting the second quarter.
And we've got Simon Kilker in there. We got Liam Russell, number 6. We got number 11, Tyler Prost in the secondary right now. So some rotation still going on. And Coach Todd's still trying to figure out all the right pieces and parts and players.
Yeah, we talk about that linebacking core. You know, we got Simon Kilker, Jacob Ernest, and Parker Ross.
Yeah, high hopes. We've got some, I won't say legendary, but some very, very good ball players that played the linebacker position for the Grizzlies over the years. Looking to throw, throws it off, caught. Picks up about 5 yards on first down. Yeah, we're talking about those linebackers. Big shoes to fill, Maverick Blackburn being gone, Ian Kaufman, but you also have history of Jackson, Jazz Jackson. You have Jack Grice, the Ginger Assassin, Mason McMillan. You had some great linebackers over the years come through here. Barberton breaks it out to the left, picks up the first down before he's knocked out of bounds. Liam Russell coming up to make the hit.
Xavier Macon starting to get things rolling. Good gain, enough for a first down for the Magics. You worry about some of these players early on that are going both ways.
Yeah, right, absolutely.
Whistle and a timeout.
Yep. Another one of those Grizzlies in there, number 55, Bryce Polzak. He's at defensive end. He's a junior, rotating in.
Well, we've only seen the Magics go deep once.
And it was almost for a touchdown. Saving tackle by Travis Graham.
And I got to wonder if Coach Grotto over there is considering where the football is at their own 47-yard line. to challenge this Grizzly secondary.
True. And he's got a first down. I mean, so he's got 4 downs. We keep trying to move the ball.
So he may have seen something in the defensive lineup for the Grizzlies that perhaps he wants to take advantage of, or something he wasn't prepared.
Yeah, Robert Davis at slot or H back here looking in motion now. He's rolling out, throwing deep. There it is. Still on his feet. And that may be in for a touchdown. There it is.
Well, I had a feeling that's what Coach Grotto wanted to do, was to test this Grizzly secondary. And he was successful.
That was Tyler Prost that was on coverage.
Yeah, he allowed number 2 to get behind him. That's Angelo. Beg your pardon, that's Kenny Larry. Larry, the 4-year starter for the Magics.
Magic's not giving up. Thinking another playoff team from last year.
Yeah.
And we did beat them early in the season, but they ended up going to the second round of the playoffs just like we did.
We'll try to cut it to 2. Play clock is down to 6.
They're just substituting. They're going to have to call a timeout. That's got to be their last timeout of the.
Nope, that will be their.
Sure seems like
that is
they've
their
had
second timeout. Yeah, they have 1 timeout remaining. I think we have 2 on the scoreboard. They have 1 timeout remaining. So what you see on the screen there is correct. Barberton with 1 timeout remaining. The Grizzlies with 2. 9:29 remaining here in the first half.
Really, there's been 3 big plays the Magic's had. The one down the sideline earlier on that Travis Graham saved the touchdown. The kickoff return for a touchdown. And then this was a 50-yard catch and run.
Yeah, that was a 53 yards. Yeah. 53 yards on the pass reception for a touchdown.
So here comes the Magics. Let's see what they got here. Grizzlies denied them last time on their 2-point conversion. The Grizzlies do deny them. A host of Grizzlies there.
Luke Ryder, Evan Crowley in on the stop. Keaton also on the stop. Flags are flying as we're going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct out of one of these.
Number 16, Jacob Ernest, was in there on the tackle as well.
Yeah, Robert, this goes back to what we talked about. We'll see who the penalty is on, but Coach Todd preaching, you got to stay calm in situations.
Yep.
And we'll see who this flag is thrown against. It could be both.
Yep.
Offsetting penalty, yeah.
I don't like that call. It's just, but. So the Grizzlies kickoff team is going to come back on the field here. Let's see if we can get something going once again. The Magics are starting to get a little bit of momentum here, coming back into this game. Metzger and Tyler Prost going back deep.
18 unanswered points by the Magics.
A beautiful night here at Artwright Stadium. Just a beautiful night.
Fans are starting to get into it on the home side in front of the Magic's kickoff team.
It's red out tonight for the kids. And the kids they pick a theme each week, and the night's red out. Kick is deep. Metzger grabs it up to the 20. Cuts to the right. He's got some running room down the right sideline. 35-40 and pushed out of bounds near the 45-yard line. Nice return.
Now Metzger setting up this Wadsworth offense in good field position. As my partner said, be marked at about the 45-yard line. Now Wadsworth looking to respond here. Again, we haven't scored since we put 22 on the board early. Giving up 18 straight to the Grizzlies. Beg your pardon, to the Magics.
Figure is going to get a breather here. He's going both ways. Metzger's lining up in the pistol formation behind Stack. One receiver at the top of the screen, 3 to the bottom. Screen. Ooh. Tyler Prost got hammered.
That's an incomplete pass.
That Magic secondary came up and read that well. You know, it should be kick on an X block there, trying to pick up that secondary guy. Is there not?
Yeah, you've got to have somebody that comes over and he's picking up the corner. And I just believe the corner read that so well. I believe that's number 5, Dejuan Owens.
Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Grizzlies.
See the official talking to Owens too. Hey, listen, you got to be careful when you're hitting the defenseless receiver.
That's good, right up the middle. Picks up a short 2 yards.
Yeah, Robert Davis, number 6 again. We talk about his energy.
Well, it doesn't help when you have neon green gloves and shoes on too. You see him; he's getting a little excitable. You're right about that.
He's talking quite a bit over there. We'll find out what the officials are doing.
And the referee's talking to the Magic linebackers and defensive linemen, telling them to calm down. Number 13 is running his jaw for the Magics as well. So a little chippy here now. Metzger in motion. Figure with the handoff right up the middle. Spins. It's going to come up a yard shy of the first down.
It's going to be close, partner. Where are they going to mark it? Yeah, you are correct. About a yard and a half short.
4th and 2. Grizzlies quickly back to the line of scrimmage. And you got to start thinking how long this game's going on. And Magic's, all those players going both ways. They may be starting to wear down already.
Timeout, Barberton. 8:19 remaining here in the first half, and things are getting chippy at Art Wright. And Wadsworth jumps out to a quick 22-0 lead. We've given up a kickoff return for a touchdown, a long pass for a touchdown.
Another big pass to set up the other one.
Yep, the pass to Noah DeHart that set up the Macon touchdown run. It's 22-18, and I think offensively, if you're Wadsworth, you're going to go for it. You've got to get this first down. There's no question about it.
Because right now, Magics have momentum. You don't want to give them the ball on the 50-yard line or near the 50 or wherever it is. So you don't want to do that. You got to be sure. And if you're going to do that, right now the sure things will Stack. I mean, he's pretty elusive as it is, and he only needs to pick up 2 yards for the first down.
You can always run behind big John Byers, but the problem is you've got your sophomore guards that have their hands full with those 2 backers for the Magics.
And another problem is that we are running it. We're almost all exclusively running it. So all the Magics are coming downhill right now. Sooner or later, again, they're going to pop it over top. But
well, don't be surprised to see Wadsworth go wide on this play.
Stretch it out and give them some running room. Yeah. Especially if Stat keeps it. You know, Pigs gives them the option of where to run.
Yeah, and if I'm Barberton, I'm talking to my defensive ends, and I'm saying, listen, you've got to contain. You've got to turn the play inside and let the backers clean it up.
Yeah. Coach Grotto had, actually Coach Dodd said he thought the Magic linebackers fought very well to the ball.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a very good, very strong linebacking core for the Magics.
Here we go. 4th and 2 from the 50. Figuere's in the backfield. Levitt is in H-back position. In motion now, he goes. Figure 8 picks up the first down. Wasn't easy, but he did pick it up.
Well, that is a huge first down for the
Yes, it
Grizzly
is.
offense, and now they can all take a collective deep breath and collect themselves and continue this drive. Points are needed on this drive for the Grizzlies as the clock continues to run.
To reestablish some momentum, yeah, absolutely. Stack looking to throw, now rolls right, keeps it.
Well, I like the decision by Will Stack because Probst was covered. He was blanketed on the corner by Dejuan Owens of the Magics. You saw Will Stick take a look, and then he just pulled it down and ran.
You know, when we were talking about, hey, you know, we're running a great deal, we're not throwing a lot. All the secondaries back for the Magics. They're 2- and 3-year return starters. Now, Figure 8 just spins out of the tackle. That would have been a loss of 2 or 3 yards. He does a nice job just getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Kenneth Larry almost with another foot tackle,
I mean,
arm tackle.
he's coming around and very quick and just diving in ankles.
Yeah, it's a very experienced linebacking core and secondary. Here's Figure 8 again. As we talked about earlier, Barberton's challenge tonight is the front 3 or 4 up front and the front 5 on offense.
And back to my point was that's why Coach Todd's attacking their the defensive line.
Yeah,
that's their weakness at the moment. Brings up 4th and 7. We are going to punt here. Reese on the punt. Little Reese, number 32. Snap is back. Nice punt, end over end. Punt, ball's on the ground. Looks like he fell under. No, there's a penalty flag. Thrown at number 20 for the Grizzlies and number 5. So that had to be number 20, Simon Kilker, I believe. And number 5 for is Dejuan Owens.
Noah DeHart called for a fair catch. And I believe the flag may have been.
You think it was thrown down as a marker? That's what you're thinking?
No, I'm thinking it was like interfering with the returner, but he did call for a fair catch and then he muffed it, which means it's a free ball.
Right. It's Magic's ball. They're calling for that. Let's see what the call is. Interesting.
Let's see if we could take it again, but if we could see it again, I know that he did raise the hand for a fair catch. I was surprised that he
didn't let it go.
That he didn't let it go and roll into the end zone.
That was one of those end over end punts that would have.
Please subscribe.
We'll see what the call is here from the referee. 2 fouls on the play.
Yeah, both of them against the Magics here.
So we'll take another look at it.
It's going to be right here to the edge here, 20 and 5, I think, because here comes the penalty. No, nothing against them. So it was something else. Okay, the Magic's backed up on their own. Looks like the ball's at the 9-yard line. Wait for the officials to get in position. There's the whistle, ready to go. Passing. Ball's on the ground.
And it looks like the Grizzlies got it.
Nice job, Grizzlies.
Gavin Madigan comes up with a fumble recovery.
I think Tyler Prost caused that fumble.
His first fumble recovery of the season for the sophomore free safety for Wadsworth. And a nice job here on the corner. They've been picking on Probst, and he almost loses his footing, but is able to get his hand around and
knocks it out.
Knocks the football out, and Madigan right there to clean it up. 1st and 10 now for the Grizzlies on the 13-yard line of the Magics.
This is going to be a must score here. This deep in their territory, you have to score. Will Stack keeps it right up the middle. He's going to go in and score. Touchdown, Grizzlies.
Now Grizzlies now with 14 points off turnovers.
Much needed, though.
And that's what a head coach likes to see when you get the football off a turnover. You see Will Stack just right up the middle through the Red Sea. Touchdown, Grizzlies.
A lot of points on the scoreboard already for the night. Good shot at Will Stack. Kick is up. It is good. Grizzlies lead 29-18, 6:23 left in the second quarter. There's Jack Dinwoody, number 42.
Again, he's 33rd in the 2025 class ranking for kickers.
Number 2 in the state.
2 in the state of Ohio, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only going to get better.
On the concrete wall around the stadium. And not permitted to stand on the wall around the stadium. We blocked a few of those in the lower seats.
We talked about linebackers. You know, we talked about Parker Ross and Brady O'Connor, Jacob Ernest, and Coach Todd. He really believes in those three, that they have the ability to be great linebackers for this Wadsworth team.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, for that to happen, the front three of Wise, Luke Ryder, and they've got a host of rotation of defensive ends right now, but they have to, Zach Wise, Luke Ryder,
Bryce
Polchek, they've got to keep those linemen off the linebackers, the unsung heroes of the defense. You don't hear their name too often. Dinwiddie getting ready to kick off.
Davis into Hart.
Puts the foot into it.
Davis
taken at the 15. 63 for the Grizzlies was there first as Brad Watson, sophomore. Looks like a young man not getting up quite that easily. He finally gets up.
Well, football has a way of humbling you through the game.
Yes,
that's all I'm going to say.
Well, let's see if the Magic's answer, or can the Grizzly defense rise up here and shut down the Magics?
Well, we're going to see what Coach Grotto does. He's been throwing to the near side, and that's Tyler Probst on that side. Also is Liam Russell in the Grizzly secondary.
And he does shoulder fake. It was a little hitch and go intended for number 15.
That's DeHart. Yeah, he burned us earlier in the first quarter.
First stayed with him there.
Nice coverage on the play that time by Tyler Probst. He didn't get sucked in on the
give and go
on the hitch route. Coach Grotto, 10th season there, and he talked about this might be the most depth in terms of senior upperclassmen that he's had in his 10 years.
If I counted right, they only have 54 young men on their roster this year.
That a delay a game is going to be the call as the flag is thrown from.
Bring up 2nd and 15.
The official at the 40-yard line. Figure will check in now for the Grizzlies, as stepping out is Sean Kincaid. Parker Ross, middle linebacker.
They're going to get Figure for a late hit on the quarterback.
DeHart on the reception, but defensively, Travis Graham on the stop, along with, I believe, Liam Russell over there.
And you watch Figure come off the left. Right there he is. Balls away.
1,
2.
Yeah,
He could have let up, is what the umpire's going to say. You didn't have to hit him.
good call by the official. And Kyle's upset, but
Is not happy. Coach Todd's just going to pull him out and let him calm down. And I don't think Coach Todd's going to disagree with it after he sees the play call.
After he sees the film.
The film, right. And like you said, it was getting chippy out there. Not only Barberton getting chippy, we're getting chippy.
And now you got 2 unsportsmanlike conduct.
Wow.
Yeah, you had Barberton pinned deep in their own territory. Now they're in Grizzly territory with 6:04 remaining.
Madigan comes up to that position where Figueroa was just in. We got the Magic did jump. We're going to push Magic's back now. Make it first and 15.
Yeah, left tackle Braden Stefan early on the count. That'll move him back 5 yards.
We got, looks like Noah Tefteller in the nose at the moment. 6'2", 240-pound nose guard.
Xavier Macon on the carry.
Picks up 5-6 yards.
Down on the turf right now for the Magics is number 55, Dylan Alati, 5'10", 275-pound offensive lineman. Looks like he's cramping.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah. He's grabbing the back of his hamstring. That's where it is. That's going to be very, very painful. .552 left in the second quarter. Yeah, I'm interested to see what that Hudson Highland score is at half. And we'll also see how good Stowe is. You know, they're playing Medina. Okay. 2nd and 9. Stretch play to the right. Grizzlies, number 8, Luke Ryder, just comes up from his nose position and just shuts it down. Actually, I think
that's Parker Ross.
I'm sorry, Parker Ross. I'm sorry. Got the right jersey number, wrong name. Sorry about that. Parker Ross did a nice job.
Yeah,
getting there very quickly.
Luke Ryder saying, nice play, young man.
3-yard loss. He's up 3rd and 12.
Now, if you're Barberton at this point, this is 2-down territory.
Yes, it is. 2 receivers top of the screen for the Magics. They're looking to roll left. Ball's thrown. And not close to any intended receiver, so I'm not sure what was intended to, but we'll bring up 4th and 12. It looks like the punt team is coming on.
Yeah, I think you needed a positive play on 3rd down and 12 to even consider going for it on 4th down.
Tyler Prost and Madigan.
Wilson looks a little shaken up on.
Yeah, it looks like he was
coming
grabbing
off
his
the
right
play,
hand
yeah.
maybe or something,
Yeah.
shaking it.
Pressure came from Parker Ross on that pass attempt.
Magics are waiting for another play to run onto the field. So you've got Matt, and there goes a penalty flag, the delay of game. We're going to push the Magics back further. It's going to be 4th and 17.
Looking across the way, Coach Grotto, I think, said a quick prayer to the heavens above. Come on, fellas.
So you got Madigan to the far side of the field. You got Tyler Prost, number 11, to the bottom of the screen, looking to take this punt back. Punt is away. Madigan calls for a fair catch. Backpedals it, falling down, and catches it.
Now that's just an example of the athleticism there of Kevin Madigan. Great baseball play, too. Well, Wadsworth now, with 4:49 left in the first half, looking to put another drive together. Plenty of time for a drive.
Plenty of time.
Wadsworth with 2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, plenty of time to put a nice drive together and go down the field, score before halftime. Trips to the top of the screen. Empty backfield, receivers to the bottom. Stack keeps it, runs it right up the middle. Magics do a nice job wrapping them up. I don't even think he barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Macon on the stop along with Elijah McDougal.
And McDougal, a small fella at 6'2", 285, jumping on top of Will Stack's back.
And Will Stack is only 170, 5'10".
Will Stack looking to throw, throws the Colton Levitt out of the backfield. Caught for a short gain. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. Manageable.
Third down and 5 now for Grizzlies.
I got to wonder if we've got a backside drag here, partner.
True.
With Stack rolling to his left and dragging a receiver
from the backside. That what looks like be Tyler Prost from the backside. Will Stack keeps it. He just gets the first down. The ball comes out after he's down.
Yeah, I believe the ground caused the ball to come loose. First down. And that would be a nice time for that backside drag.
Yes. Which you have to have the time. He's going to roll out, but you got to have the time to do that. And that's a long developing play. Will Stack keeps it again. Makes one Magic's miss right out in the backfield. Picks up 3 or 4 yards.
Myron Miller, the defensive end, pleading his case with the official that he's being held. The official's not having it.
Figure right up the middle, met by several Magics, doesn't pick anything up, and there goes a penalty flag.
There is a flag on the play.
We might get a hold on this call.
You know as well as I did, you can call holding on every single play.
So we got a face mask against the Magics.
This will bring up. There goes. And there's your partner who was running his mouth, and Robert Davis just got a 15-yard penalty on him on sportsmanlike conduct.
And another unsportsmanlike, as my partner just reported.
As you were saying, it's getting chippy, and he's just chirping, and the umpire had enough. So this will be a first down for the Grizzlies.
That is not healthy for any football team. It's one thing to play with passion and play within the game.
I may have called the wrong person. They actually pulled, looks like number 8 out, not number 6. Will Stack kept it.
Harper on the stop for the Magics.
I mean, they're doing not a bad job against Will Stack and Figure, tackling them after the first couple plays of this early in the game. Empty backfield again. Let's see if Stack's going to run right up the middle. And they're just bringing that guy right off the edge, just jetting him down the line of scrimmage at Figure and Will Stack.
Well, you're running between the tackles. If you're Barberton, Wadsworth is coming right between the tackles. So you fill all the gaps. As we come up to 2 minutes now remaining here in the first half.
3rd and down, 8 yards to go for the Grizzlies. Figure motions back to the backfield. There was an option to Figure. Figure trying to get to the edge and does now. It'll bring up 4th and maybe 4 yards. We'll see if Coach Todd goes here for it. I'm kind of wondering if he's going to. 4th and 7, so he did not get as much as I thought.
Well, he's got 2 timeouts, and I think right now you could call it, but he's going to kick it away. I wouldn't save my timeouts unless he feels as though we got a fake punt coming up.
And I was going to wonder if he would do that right here. It's very possible. And who is at the up back? And Coach Todd's done this. He did Blackburn last year, but nope, he does punt it. Reese gets under and puts a real good hang time on it. Look for the ball. Let it roll. Yep.
Inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line.
So 1:30 left in the second quarter. Magic's take over. The ball's going to be placed at what, the 3-yard line? Nice punt and roll. So I went, would you think Coach Gott is going to take a shot deep? Or is he just trying to get out of the shadow of his goal line?
No, I think he's going to try and get out of the shadow of his goalpost down there and get some yards. He's only got, well, he's out of timeouts.
Yes. Making his behind the quarterback handoff. Grizzlies looking for a safety here.
And they're going to mark it inside the 1.
I mean, he's got to be at the 6-inch line.
They're going to mark it at the 1. Yeah, let's see where point of contact happened.
That was a slow developing handoff for being that far in your own end zone to hand that off.
Clock continues to run, 1:05, and Coach Todd going to leave the timeouts on the board. Why not? You're up 11, and you're going to get the ball in the second half.
And, hey, maybe we can get a safety here. They'd have to kick it back to us. Grizzlies coming.
Fumble?
No.
I think they're just diving forward. Now we're going to call a timeout as Coach Todd. 39 seconds remaining.
3rd down and 12. Yeah, if you force them to punt from back there, we would have good field position with 1 timeout left. Very possible. You at least get 1 or 2 shots at the end zone. Plays, anyways. Entertaining first half? Very much so.
Very much so.
Everything you thought. A lot of points, mistakes, kickoff returns. It's been everything.
47 combined points, kickoff return for a touchdown, a couple of bombs by the Magics. Wadsworth done a decent job running between the tackles and taking advantage of the 2 turnovers.
Yes.
By the Magics. They've turned those into 14 points. Now, if you're Barberton, you're looking at the scoreboard, and you're like, you've given away 14 points, and otherwise you're ahead in this football game.
Right. And the Magics have fought back. They really have. Have not given up. Here we go, 3rd and 12 from the 1-yard line. He's going to throw it from the end zone. Picked off. Ball comes out.
I think that's actually a better play by Travis Graham not to catch that. Now you can bring the house on a punt block.
Yeah, that punter's going to have his feet right on the end line of the end zone there.
Typically, you're 12 to 15 yards as a punter behind your snapper, and now you're only 11 yards.
Very good point. Early in the season, we'll see what he can. Yeah, he's better look down where his feet's at. Because from here, it looks like his feet are right on the end line.
That's Jason Gates of the Magics. Ready to punt.
Punt is away.
I think it might have got tipped.
Grizzlies are Madigan's just going to let it roll. Grizzlies going to take over at the 45-yard line of Magics with 17 seconds left with 1 timeout. So we do have 1 or 2 plays we may be able to get off here.
Well, they practice this every week. It's the 2-minute drill. Of course, you've got 17 seconds left, but you've probably got 2 plays called in the huddle right now.
Absolutely. And if it's a pass play, it's going to have to be quick, get out bounds.
You got to get out of bounds. Absolutely correct.
We'll start out with an empty backfield. We got figure 8 at the top of the screen, and that setup, and we got the Magics jumped off sides, giving us a free 5 yards, moving it to the 40-yard line now.
Now, what that does is now you got Jack Dinwiddie in your plans, and
very true.
Dinwiddie was kicking from 45-50 in pregame.
Will Stack in the pocket, throws, caught Tyler Post. It's taken out of his hands. The Magics have it. They bring him down. 53, Evan Crowley brings down the Magic's defensive back who took the ball right out of his hands.
That looked like, is that Harper?
It's 12, number 12. Number 13 it is.
That's Kieran Smith. Yeah, he took it right out of his hands.
It was kind of looked like a little bit behind Tyler Post. And
take another look at it. You see the ball coming
inside
in.
Receiver. Ball's behind him. He turns. Phenomenal job by the defensive back there, just taking it out of his hands. And then Evan Crowley comes up here. Will Stack makes him turn back in.
A big pause of Crowley pulling down the jersey. And then finally bringing down Kieran Smith. And Smith is a huge part to this offense. You see they're cutting his shoe. I believe they've called for...
They called for a stretcher. Dr. Crawford there standing there looking at him, and they're unlacing his shoe.
And you hate to see that because he is... Take another look at this. You look Crowley on the tackle. If you watch his foot,
all his nasty.
Crowley's body just falls on that foot.
Yeah.
If you look at the left ankle, Crowley he falls on
right
it
there,
and you just see that.
Yeah. That young, I hate to see that for that young man. He's a senior, and to see that happen to a senior like that is just sad to see. Great play, absolutely phenomenal play. You got to take your helmet off for that, but it's unfortunate to see that happen. You see both training staffs and Barbertons and Wadsworth out there helping the young man.
Yeah, he was the anchor, is the anchor to that secondary for the Magics that we talked so highly of at the start of this football game.
Nice camera work by the TV crew. They're getting that shot. Very nice job.
Joanna Perino and Aiden Uzinski high atop Art Wright Stadium, bringing you the pictures here this evening.
They're bringing out the
aircast for him.
When play does resume, Barberton has the ball, 5 seconds, no timeouts from the 35-yard line.
Next week, we host the Generals of Worcester High School, a rivalry here, and
it's been a great rivalry.
Yeah.
I mean, some phenomenal games, a couple playoff games I definitely remember here in overtime. Always very, very hard-fought game. Worcester, for last year, had a rare down season. So I'm sure they'll rebound this year without doubt. Speaking of our schedule, I was looking at our schedule, Mike. We got Worcester next week. Typically a playoff team.
Mhm.
Barberton was a playoff team last year. Medina, we know what Medina brings. Twinsburg, it's only not playing down. They've struggled all in the recent years. Brecksville's usually good. Yes, they were down last year, but usually a playoff team. Hudson 13-1 last year.
Mhm.
Nordonia 9-3. Stowe had a down season last year, but almost always a perennial playoff team. And then second to last game of the regular season, the young men are going to Maryland to play Fort Hill.
Mhm.
Fort Hill now, they may be good, you would say. They've won the last 2 state titles, 7 of the last 10.
They're
they've
very
won.
good. They're very good.
I would say that, yes. But, they not an easy schedule. Then we end up with North Royalton, who made the playoffs last year, beat us last year. This is a rough, hard schedule.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of growth
Yes.
in football maturity out of this Grizzly team when they get through the season. Quick update now. This is from Highland High School. Hudson and Highland in the third quarter, tied at 14.
Wow. That's good. That's a good match there.
We added 50 in the last couple of days.
In the American Conference, I only say this because I'm a Greenman. A Twinsburg with a
Aurora.
7-0 lead over Aurora.
Ooh. Is that early?
That is third quarter.
Third quarter.
Most of these are in the third quarter.
Wow. All but us. We're not the half yet.
They continue to.
Speaking of out of town games, did you see who Massland Tigers were playing this weekend? The very famous team out of Georgia, I'm drawing a blank now. Valdosta.
Valdosta.
Yeah. Now, was it there or is it home? I'm not sure where it was, but that's a game.
You had asked about. You'll see how strong Stowe is. Medina is up 28-3 over Stowe. That ball game late in the second quarter.
Okay. Yeah. Medina's, we played them so tough last year. We lost to them twice, unfortunately, and just so tough to play. They got such a quarterback there, and as we see, young man getting up there, Smith Jr. getting up, Wadsworth crowd applauding him. Again, I hate to see that.
What a start to the season.
Great play.
Great football play, I think, on both ends. Ball was a little bit. There's Parker Ross.
Yeah, good sportsmanship by the Grizzlies.
Also making his way over there was Travis Graham. But 5 seconds remain here in this first half. With your Grizzlies up 11, 29-18.
And then you got to get loosened up again. Loosen up and get your head back in here. Think about where you got 5 seconds, no timeouts. They're going to have to go to end zone or some kind of trick play. So you're going to have to put people back there at the goal line.
Well, we've seen it before. I would not be surprised to see a halfback pass. And Coach Grotto, plenty of time to think about it and what he was going to do with these 5 seconds. And if you're Wadsworth, you're just telling your defensive backs, nobody gets behind you.
Nobody.
You got to keep that offensive player in front of you.
Yeah, in fact, I think, is that what I see all the way back far left? Is that Figure?
Figure. Yeah, that's Figure at the free safety.
You got Madigan back there.
Yeah, this is your prevent defense.
Yes, absolutely.
You got Parker Ross, Madigan. Who's on the near side?
Number 20, that's Simon Kilker, I believe.
I don't have a 20 on my roster.
We had 2 number 22s originally. And
20 is Kilker. Okay.
Kilker.
Well, we'll see who lines up in the backfield. The backup quarterback is Kenneth Larry.
Number
And he
2.
is number 2, and he is on the field. He's also a wide receiver and a defensive back.
Number 12, Wilson, is there. He's going to take the snap, at least it looks like it at this point. Larry's number 2. He's at the slot at the top of the screen in that trips formation. 1 receiver to the bottom of the screen. 3 Grizzlies back at the 10-yard line. 4 Grizzlies at the 25-yard line. We have 2 refs still talking over something. I'm not sure what the delay there is. And here we go. What should be the last play of the half. Wilson's dropping back. It's a screen. Penalty flag. And Ernest, number 16 for the Grizzlies, throws making down. That's the end of the half, depending on the penalty. Cannot end the half on a defensive penalty.
I think coach is going to take the penalty. Nope, he's not. He's going to decline it.
Grizzlies are heading in the locker room with a 29-18 lead. It's a lot of things to clean up, but the Grizzlies do go in with the lead.
We'll be back after halftime with all the halftime stats and the rest of action here between Wadsworth and Barberton.
Enjoy the halftime show.
The Magic and the Grizzlies.
Oh, light.
Hey fans, we're so glad you're here. It's our favorite night of the week. It's family game night. Time to get together and have some fun. Pawns, bishops, and knights, checkerboard black and white. It's time for our musical magics to take the field. Drum majors Ethan Bernhardt and Lex Wells, let's play. Ready for a new challenge? Rearrange those piles one more time and see what words you can make. I hope we get all the letters we need.
Oh my God.
Was that really a word? I don't think so. Time for you to go straight to jail without pass and go. Choose your piece and let's take a stroll down that boardwalk. You can take that win all the way to the bank. Well played, everyone. Our Barberton Musical Magic, thank you for playing along. We hope you enjoyed the show. We had lots of fun. Let's play again sometime. The Barberton High School Marching Band is under the direction of Celeste Wagner, assisted by Lee Gibson, Sherry Runninger, and Holly McNerney, with special assistance by Sarah Clinton, Krista Cool, Julia Temple, Melanie Stoll, Jacob Witkowski, and support by our fantastic band boosters.
Now, under the direction of Dana Albrecht Heyer and Sam Peel, percussion director Ryan Louie, percussion arranger David Seltzer, color guard directors Vanessa Lloyd and Jessica Corson, and front ensemble coordinator Adam Quinn. This is the 2023 Wadsworth High School Marching Band. On the field, the band is led by drum majors Anna Wallace, Ethan Kuznick, and Jake Willock. We begin tonight's heavy metal halftime with AC/DC. Lead guitarist Angus Young was asked to respond to critics that said all 11 of their albums sound exactly the same. He said, "I'm sick of people saying that. In fact, we've made 12 albums that sound exactly the same." Their 1980 Back in Black album has sold 50 million copies, and tonight Anna Wallace leads the title song. Here is AC/DC's Back in Black. In 1969, Come Together was released by the Beatles. In 1995, Michael Jackson released his version. And who could forget the Arctic Monkeys performing their version at the 2012 opening ceremony of the London Olympics. And tonight, Ethan Kuzmick leads our Grizzly Marching Band in Aerosmith's 1978 heavy metal version of Come Together. What would a heavy metal show be without a song from Metallica? Tonight's Metallica selection sold 30 million copies worldwide. Despite it being based on the concept of childhood nightmares, NASA Mission Control would use it to wake up the space shuttle astronauts. We feature color guard performer Maddie Wademan as Jake Robot leads Metallica's Enter Sandman. The Grizzlies coming in front formation. We hope you enjoyed tonight's Grizzly Heavy Metal Show. This is the 2023 Wadsworth Grizzlies Marching Band.
Hello, hello.
Welcome back. What a halftime show, Robert, as the Grizzlies marching band will walk off the field, and you've got some halftime stats for us.
Yeah, absolutely, we do. But I got to talk about the band first. AC/DC, Back in Black. Aerosmith, Come Together. Metallica, Enter Sandman. But Dana Heyer in the Wadsworth Grizzly marching band.
Taking us back in
job.
time, aren't they?
Absolutely. Some great classics there for sure. So Barberton even had Jailhouse Rock by Elvis, but halftime stats. And really, the dominant stat is turnovers. Grizzlies, not on here. I'm sorry, penalty yards, 8 for 70. Barberton, 12 penalties for 84 yards. That's why the game move is so slow. Grizzlies are really doing a great job running the ball, passing. Just a couple big pass plays really giving Barberton their yardage.
Yeah, for Wadsworth, 19 of those 31 passing yards was a screen to figure eight, which resulted in a touchdown. And you see the 2 turnovers for the Magics, which resulted in 14 points for the Grizzlies. Otherwise, it's an 18-15 football game potentially with Barberton up by 3 going into the halftime.
Yeah, we got to correct the penalties and the opening kickoff here. We're going to get the opening second half kickoff. Grizzlies got to keep their composure, keep their ears closed so they don't hear the opponents chirping at them, and then march down the field and put it in the end zone. You just got to do that.
Well, you've got to run between the tackles and run effectively between the tackles. But we've talked about it all game is that Barberton is beginning to they're running everything inside.
Yeah, everything inside. And they're going to force Will Stack half the throw. That's what's going to happen here. And sooner or later, it's there. I mean, it's got to give Will Stack a shot to doing that and loosen up the defense of the Magics.
Yeah, Will Stack, when you get him rolling out and he's able to throw the football on the run, I think he's more effective that way than he is a drop-back passer, partially because he's 5'10", so he's a little bit short. So we're trying to see over those big offensive and defensive linemen might be a challenge for him. But if we can roll him out into the open field, perhaps hit a receiver 10, 15, 20 yards down the field, start chewing up some of the field that way.
And defensively, just clean up the secondary a little bit. Keep the receiver in front of you. Special teams, tackle the guy with the ball. You got a turnover on special teams.
Well, we did, and one of the things that we've done a really good job thus far is holding Barberton at only 25 rushing yards. Xavier Macon 25 yards on the ground. That's not even Xavier. He's got 20. He's got 26 yards, but there's yards for loss overall for the Barberton Magic. So Barberton, if you were with us just before the halftime, their outstanding defensive back, Kieran Smith Jr., picked a pass, actually took it out of a Wadsworth Grizzly receiver's hands, returned it, was tackled, and appeared to have suffered a severe ankle injury. It looked like he may have broken his ankle.
Yeah.
So you got to wonder if Coach Todd and his coaching staff is taking a look at that and finding out who's going to be in that position. Because that was the strength of this Barberton Magic's defense, was the secondary. And will Coach Todd take advantage of a new jersey out there for the Magics in their secondary?
So back deep is going to be Metzger, and I believe Tyler Prost, number 11. He's on the far side. Metzger with that good kickoff return earlier. He bounced it out to the edge. Number 88, Walton, getting ready to kick it off. Second half is on its way. Kick is taken by Tyler Prost at the 5. He's got a full head of steam right up the middle. Bounces into some his own teammates and goes down near the 32-yard line. So Grizzlies will have good field position to start the second half. Let's see what Coach Todd and staff have come up to combat this Magic defense. Grizzlies do lead 29-18. Just starting to be 9 o'clock at night.
Most games are in the third quarter.
Late
the fourth quarter. Yeah.
They may be past curfew tonight. Metzger starts out in the backfield. Takes the ball right up the middle. Gets to the 40-yard line. Picks up about 7 yards on the first down carry. Interesting that Metzger comes out and starts the second half.
Oh, that's a nice first down carry for the Grizzly offense. Gets 7 yards on first down. Brings up a second down and 3. Now that's a good passing down. Second down.
Metzger checks out. Figure eight back in. Reese Simmons, number 88, checks in. He's top of the screen. Will Stack starts to roll. And there he goes. That's going to be intentional grounding, I think, there.
No, yeah, Calix Lemp was in the area.
Well, Lemp's out there? If he was out there, I'm very happy.
I beg your pardon. Number 10.
Number 10.
Clendening was out there.
Wow. Okay. Metzger checks back in. Looks like we have a 2 backfield situation here. Metzger goes in the H-back spot. Figure eight to the right of Stack. Stack keeps it right up the middle. Plenty of running room. No one's going to catch it. Will Stack goes in for the touchdown. No penalties. Well, the Magics were doing a good job, past tense, containing him up the middle. Will Stack splits it right up the middle. Touchdown, Grizzlies. 11:04 on the clock. A very quick strike.
Well, we start the second half like we started the first half. Very quick. A quick strike there by Will Stack. Dinwiddie on for the PAT. Stoops to hold.
Kick is up. It is good. Grizzlies lead 36-18.
And just like that,
And
quick strike Grizzlies.
Wadsworth is known for a quick strike offense, and without a question.
Yeah, we got, if we could take another look at it, John, down in the van, and you see the hole just wide open for Will Stack. Great job up front. Evan Crowley on the right side gets a great block, enough to spring Will Stack for a long touchdown run. Will Stack had 82 yards at half. He's well over 100 now, perhaps 130 after that run.
Nice job. And he hit the hole quick, full throttle, and he was gone.
He's the leading rusher tonight for the Grizzlies.
Your hopes for the second half. Offensively, you just want to get some continuity, get some drives going. Scoring quickly is great, but you want to be able to drive the ball when you have to drive the ball. Defensively, keep the ball and the receiver in front of you. Just goes out at the 1 yard line.
Well, it'll be interesting now to see how the Magics, Robert, respond to the loss of their defensive back. That was number 13, once again, that went out of the game, Kieran Smith. And then secondly, a quick strike by the Grizzlies here to open up the second half and a touchdown. They're devastated to lose
one of their teammates.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. The Magics have responded every time they've been put down in cornered. They've done a good job. Now, this is, they won in halftime with all that motion. Let's see what they can do here.
Down by 18 now with 11:04 remaining here in the third quarter. Magics have been able to expose this defensive secondary of the Grizzlies. Let's see what Wilson's able to do here in the second half.
Grizzlies meet the ball carrier 2 yards deep in the backfield and take him down for a 2 yard loss.
Yeah, it looks like Luke Ryder, Parker Ross in on the stop. Big number 77 also on the stop.
Yeah, the Grizzlies had seven guys up on the line of scrimmage.
That's Noah Tefteller, 6'2" senior, 240 pounds. He's on the left side. I thought he was on the left side.
He's in the nose.
He's in the nose now.
To receiver G's side. Wilson looking to throw. He's got pressure.
Fumble.
Down he goes.
Parker Ross
with a sack. Wow.
With a sack and causes a fumble. And it's number 77, Noah Tefteller, with the recovery. We'll take another look at it. Parker Ross comes around the left end, untouched.
Boy,
causes the fumble.
You almost got to look at, I'm glad we got the ball, but it kind of looks like he may have been down on his back when that ball came out.
And we'll take another look at it. See, the ball is starting to come out right there. Starting to come out. You see it fall?
Right. Yep, you're right. Absolutely. Nice job knocking it out of his hands. Grizzlies got a great opportunity to jump on top here. Figure eight in the backfield with Will Stack. Looking to throw. Going for an end zone. Just over the outstretched hands of number 81 for the Grizzlies, which is Jackson Urksa. He had a step on his defender.
Yeah, nice route by Urksa, wide open there in the end zone, but Stack misses him. Well, it's nice to see Wadsworth, though, open up the offense a little bit and try and go a little deep.
Yes.
Second down and 10.
Will Stack had decent time there. Figure Eight has the carry right up the middle, close to the first down marker.
I just love how Kyle Figueroa runs the football. His feet are always moving forward.
His body's always
His
moving
body's
forward, too.
always forward, yeah.
Absolutely. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Figure Eight with the carry again, bounces it to the right side. He's got a lot of running room. He goes in and scores again.
Well, I think we might have a hold on OHSAA. There's a flag came in late at the 6-yard line. And we've got a hold call.
Yep.
So the Figure Eight touchdown will come back.
Nice job bouncing it outside, getting it out there.
Well, OHSAA really had his hand full, literally, as he's holding. But if we're able to take a look at it, it was a long block, and sometimes, folks, that's going to happen. And Coach Todd is pleading a case for OHSAA. And I can't blame Coach Todd. He said, hey, look, I think you did the right thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Yeah, it was a long block.
So it'll bring up 1st and 12. Ball on the 16. Stack keeps it. Falls forward, and that's going to be a
face mask
there.
Yeah, we had Brady O'Connor lost his helmet, so he's going to have to come off. Brady O'Connor, the sophomore right guard for the Grizzlies.
Number 65, I believe, checked in for him, which was Max Hatfield, senior, 5'6", 210. Now, I saw Max earlier before the game. He looked a lot bigger than 210 pounds. I'm sorry.
McDougal checking in, the big defensive lineman for the Magics, number 74. Boy, McDougal, yeah, he's 285, 6'2".
Okay, Max was not that big.
Well, McDougal is over Max.
First down ball on the ball looks like to be on about the
6-yard
line.
Yep, 6-yard line, more substitutions. So Barberton beefing up the middle of that defensive line.
Barberton's got about 8 players up near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're gonna load the box.
Metzger has it, cuts it back, and goes in and scores. Nice job, Nathan Metzger, following his blockers and then having to cut back wide open to get in the end zone. Nice to see that senior get in and score.
Yeah, I'd love to see the senior. The quick cutback. He's got such quick feet. He always has. And he cuts it back just in time, splits 2 defenders for a Grizzly touchdown.
Jack Dimwithy on for the kick. Stoops to hold. Bad snap. Ball's on the ground. Magics recover it. The ball's kind of scooted across the ground. Stoops was never able to gain a hold of it, and we will not get the PAT. So 42-18. Well, this is not how the Magics wanted to do this, but definitely how Coach Towell will take these points without a problem.
Yeah, Robert. I think we've seen the result of a halftime discussion that was you stay cool, calm, collected. Let's eliminate the penalties, eliminate the mistakes, and let's drive the football. Let's do Wadsworth football. Yeah.
Love to see the sack. You know, Wilson dropped back the pass, didn't have time to stand in the pocket, got hit. Nice job stripping it.
Yeah, Parker Ross has had a very good second half thus far defensively for the Grizzlies. In on a number of stops. Barberton trying to put it back together. Down by a ton of points.
24. I guess it's been a wild game, without a question. So Dimwitty's going to get ready to kick it off from his 40. Magic's setting up one at the 10 and one at the 5 to return this. Taking at the 11. Still on his feet, finally goes down near the 24-yard line.
Looks like on the stop for the Grizzlies, number 63, that's Brad Watson, 5'10", sophomore, 180 pounds.
And we were talking earlier, what was the stat, how many returning lettermen for the Grizzlies?
26.
26. Now, with that said, Coach Todd does a very good job of rotating players and getting them Friday night experience. Yes, some maybe on kickoffs and kickoff returns, but as we've seen tonight, there's been a lot of heavy rotation of players in and out, trying to find the right fit, number one. Number two, getting players some playing time. So Barberton takes over at the 24. Hands off to Macon, and he is just number one. Kincaid,
yeah.
It's right there in the backfield.
Well, Parker Ross there, too. He's having himself a football game here tonight.
And that was another player last year, got in that rotation and playing there. I mean, he had Kaufman and Blackburn, but he got into the rotation and played a little bit last year.
And especially towards the end of the season, we saw a lot more Parker Ross at the linebacker position. And that's just Coach Todd giving these young men Friday night light experience.
So that was a 3-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 13. Wilson throws off quickly to the right. Receiver was open. Taken down and tackled after a short gain.
Travis Graham on the stop. Good open field tackle by Graham. Also on the coverage over there was Madigan. So that brings up a 3rd down and 6 now for the Magics.
On their 28-yard line.
Okay, brings up 3rd and 6. Wilson does a nice job getting the ball out relatively quickly to the receiver out wide.
Well, Noah DeHart's wide right. That is his favorite target.
Looking to throw left, he does. The number 3, right at the sticks, short of the sticks. Elbow is going to be very close. Very close.
Yeah, I think he's going to mark him just. Nope, he's going to move him forward.
Wow, not even the check. Yep. Gave him the 1st down. He does a nice job getting it out quickly.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Coach Todd really likes Wilson as quarterback. He can do a number of different things. Obviously, he can throw the football, but we've seen him run the football tonight, too.
Yes.
Grizzlies have done a great job tonight slowing down Xavier Macon.
And he's really not got started at all tonight. Wilson rolls out right. He's got a host of Grizzlies chasing him and wings it. I think was that complete?
It was. Yeah, he dropped it on the sideline. The pass intended for Kenneth Larry.
That's a pretty good throw on the run, deep out.
It was Angelo Harper, I beg your pardon, on the pass attempt.
And there's a penalty flag on the play that bring that back. Looks like to be holding. So, Simon Kilker, number 20, number 6 is in the backfield and the secondary for the Liam Russell.
This sure has been a penalty-laden game. We had 20 penalties combined
in the first
half. Yeah.
Looking to pass again. Throws number 7. Incomplete. It was in his hands, but dropped. Tyler Prost on coverage.
Mark Tavanello, the intended receiver. Wilson trying to make a couple of, a back shoulder throw.
Joe from Wadsworth is our winner tonight.
42-18, the Magics are certainly in a position where they have got to throw the football to get back into this football game.
We have number 55, Bryce Polchek is in there, defensive end. Grizzlies showing blitz. Wilson rolling right, throws, almost picked off by, I don't know who the Grizzly cover was. Was that Graham, number 7?
Yeah, he's playing a nice corner over there for the Grizzlies. I'm going to mark him short of the first down. It'll be
4th and 2.
4th and less than 2. 4th and 2.
Barberton staying on to go for it.
Pass intended there by DeHart.
Makes it 4th down and 2 now.
If you're a Magics fan, that connection, very familiar. Wilson to DeHart.
Grizzlies showing blitz again. Wilson rolling left. Thrown to the 15, caught. Tackled.
Catch is made there by DeHart once again.
Chains are moving.
DeHart gets up a little shaken. He's had a football game himself. A couple of big receptions.
51, Nathan Garcia checking out for the Grizzlies. He was in there at defensive end.
You look at DeHart, he's kind of reminds you of a Metzger. He just loves the game of football. He's only 140 pounds. 5'10".
Number 22 in the backfield for the Magics, and he just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
I gotta tell you, Noah Tefteller, playing the nose position, did such a wonderful job there, staying with his blocker until he met the ball carrier and assisted on the tackle. That was textbook football right there by the nose tackle for the Grizzlies. You see Luke Ryder, number 9, he's now playing right end.
Zach Wise on the other end, number 5 at the defensive end. Handoff going to the left. All kinds of Grizzlies there to meet him at the line of scrimmage. Wow, that was a nicely done by several Grizzlies there.
Making first contact was number 16. That's Jacob Ernest
from his linebacker position.
Boy, when you start calling those linebacker numbers, that's getting penetration into the backfield. 3rd down and 10 now from the 49-yard line of the Grizzlies.
And the Magics were doing good passing the ball. They moved it a couple times there. Now they went right back to the run, and the Grizzlies snuffing that out. This will be a pass. Wilson throws. Incomplete, intended. I know Travis Graham was on coverage.
Looks like Dante Swain was the intended receiver, number 23 for the Magic's. 4th and 10 now.
Definitely going to go for it at this point.
Makes it 4th down and 10 now for the Magic. Ball remains on the Grizzly 49-yard line.
John Bernard is downstairs hoping for that 49-point to 18 advantage. As he barks in her ear a little bit. Yeah, he's right. Usually ball games are ending at this point. Pass is intended on the near side for Harper.
Tyler Prost broke that up. He made contact as the ball came in and jarred it loose. Nice job by Tyler Prost. Someone who was picked on earlier in the game. They're still coming after him. He's getting better.
Well, I really like that because, I mean, he's really showing some character. He got beat twice in the first half.
And here comes his brother. That's his brother, Braden, that graduated last year.
But Tyler's played, since he got beat early in the second quarter, he's played a tremendous football game at the corner.
So that's a turnover on downs. The Grizzlies going to have great field position.
So if the Grizzlies score here, I believe we've got a running clock.
Yep. Maybe able to be home before midnight. Cinderella may come out. So we got figure 8 in the backfield, in the pistol behind stack. One receiver top of the screen for the Grizzlies. Hand off the figure 8 right up the middle. And the Magics do a pretty good job after giving up 2-yard gain, stopping them.
Robert, I'm not sure what happened, but in the second half when the Magics came out, offensively and defensively, I have not seen Xavier Macon, number 26.
Will Stack stumbles, picks himself back up, turns the corner, and gets finally thrown out as he crosses the 30-yard line. Chains will move.
So if you're missing Xavier Macon and you're missing Smith Jr.,
there goes a personal penalty. It looks like this is going to be on the Grizzlies here. Yep, it's going to be on the Grizzlies. Obviously, it's unsportsmanlike conduct of some kind. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
talking. Yep.
And I would have to say is the player that's being pulled, which is 53, Evan Crawley.
First and 10 from the 47 of the Magics.
Draw play. Wow. Figure eight just blowing through the holes. First down, Grizzlies. What a run.
19 yards on the power run by Figure Eight, just a draw play. And again, we talked about it. He just keeps his feet moving. His shoulders are above his knees.
Figure eight with the carry again. He doesn't want his teammate to outdo him with the yardage here. Will's got the yardage tonight. Figure eight's going to get the bruises for sure.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he's having a kind of football game that when you wake up tomorrow morning, you feel like you've been hit by a truck.
Yes. Whistle stopping the play. Okay. Resuming play. Not exactly sure what happened. Willstack keeps it, bounces to the left, lots of running room. Willstack's going in, untouched, touchdown, Grizzlies.
24 yards on the scamper by quarterback Will Stack. Leads all rushers here this evening.
That whole side of that field was wide open when he turned that corner.
And again, they're keying on Figure Eight in the backfield, and Figure Eight goes one direction, and Stack goes the other around the end and into the end zone 24 yards later for a Grizzly TD. How about that, Mr. John Bernard?
Ask and you shall receive. Well, let's see if we can get a better snap back on what we got going on here.
And the referee coming over to talk to head coach Justin Todd.
I think he was making sure he
wanted to go for one.
No, I think there was some kind of penalty, yeah. And he just declined it, that's all.
Well, no, it'll be assessed on the kickoff.
Okay.
Yep.
And the side judges have definitely been talking a lot to the young man, the Magics up there at the top of the screen. Talked to him earlier in the other delay. I like that, though. At least they're trying to educate. Hey, this is what you're doing wrong. Kick is up. Grizzlies lead 49-18. 31 point.
Take another look at this. You see everyone's keying on Figure Eight, and Will Stack just the left side wide open. And nobody in front of him.
2:44 remaining. Grizzlies 49.
We talked about Dinwiddie earlier. He is 7 for 7 on, is that right? 7 for 7 on PATs tonight. He's 6 of 6 because we had the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion. We had the one that never got back to be kicked, so I don't think that's going against him there.
Yeah, so he was 57 of 59 coming into tonight's ball game on PATs. So if my math is correct, that's 65 of 67.
Pretty darn good.
Pretty close. How about 63 of 65? That's better.
play with a running
What's one
clock.
one here, one there?
Clock will not be stopped.
That's an impressive number.
Yes, it is. Very impressive. He will be kicking off from the Barberton's 45-yard line.
Yeah, again, there was a personal foul on the Magics on the touchdown run of Will Stack, and Coach Todd asked for it to be applied to the kickoff.
So far, it's been all Grizzlies here in the second half. Kickoff's way in the end zone. He'll come out to the 20-yard line.
And on the snap from scrimmage for the Magics, this will be a running clock unless this gets under 30 points. So I'm wondering what happened to Xavier Macon. I haven't seen him here in the second half.
And he's a two-way player.
Yes, he is.
And he's a linebacker and tailback. So since just before half, they've lost two-way players.
Mm-hmm.
And the motion, too, with an injury of one of their teammates going down like that, you can see that they've just never come back out. Grizzlies have righted the ship without a question, that they've played very well in the second half in this third quarter.
Number 25, Josiah Wright, in for Macon, I believe. Now we have a backup quarterback in for the Magics. Nope, I beg your pardon, we do not. Wilson is still in.
Hands off. Number 77 with the tackle for the Grizzlies. That's Noah Teller.
He's had an impressive second half. He's done a nice job at nose. He's staying on his block, getting to the football, making contact, and making tackles. Jeff Teller again, 6'2", 240-pound senior. Boy, and if you can move Luke Ryder to the right end, that just gives you so much speed on the outside.
Wilson throws quickly to the right. That was Simon Kilker, number 20 on the tackle, looks like from here.
That's a nice open field tackle by Kilker, keeping him behind the sticks. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Magics.
Making sure he had the tackle, and he really wrapped him up. That was excellent. Parker Ross coming off kind of gingerly, grabbing at his right knee. He may be cramping is what it looks like. Third and 4. Wilson throws. And I can't quite tell which Grizzly that was. He jumped the route. Number 25? I can't quite tell. Is it 26 maybe? Ivan Raines. He's the one that jumped the route. Almost took the ball and gone the other way with it. Ivan Raines coming up, making a play. Senior defensive back, 5'10", 165.
This will be the last play if they get it off, and they will not.
Nope. It's 4th and 4. Ended the third quarter. Grizzlies with the running clock, winning 49-18. Well, the Grizzlies offense is putting up points, that's for sure.
Well, they've done a really good job here in the second half, shutting down the Magic's run, but you got to wonder, they're missing 2 of their top 2 dual players, offensive and defensive players, and you hate to see that. You hope Macon is okay because he's a tremendous football player. I think he's a much better linebacker perhaps than he is a running back. That's just my personal opinion on how he plays the game of football. Wilson has got his hands full. He's down by 31 points at this time, and he's got a couple of weapons. The only weapon that he truly does have is DeHart.
He's gone to him often. And the Grizzlies really have started to play good defensive back play here tonight earlier in the game.
Yeah.
They did a nice job.
I love the fact that he's got Noah Teller at the nose because you've got so much quickness on the outside. Now you couple that with the quickness and speed of Parker Ross, who's had a tremendous second half of football here this evening. Things are really looking good for this Grizzly defense.
Absolutely. Now we've got another new Grizzly, number 80. Is that 81 jogging in? We do not. Oh, that's
Urxa. That's Jackson Urxa. Luke Ryder coming off the field, number 9. So this is one of those situations that we talk about it where coach is going to put some of these sophomores in the football game, get them the
Yeah.
Friday night experience
Yeah.
under the lights.
Tommy Hahn, number 24, stepping in the back to take this punt, setting up at the 35-yard line. Almost blocked. It may have got touched. Hahn just lets it go. The ball's going to roll and touchdown, and it'll be touched near the 25-yard line.
All right, so now I think we're going to see a lot of sophomores here in the fourth quarter, 11:39. Again, this is a running clock for the rest of the game.
Tommy Hahn, the one that was back there, is one of those sophomores. Coach Todd's getting in there and getting some playing time.
You got to wonder if Stoops will come in as the quarterback. He is.
Yep, well, a lot of new jerseys in there.
Ryan Stoops, 5'11", 195, will lead this Grizzly offense.
Number 21, and earlier, I said earlier, Coach Todd had a lot of praise for him. He sees a lot of good things out of him coming up. Looks like Metzger to the left of him. I can't quite tell who the other running back is. Metzger with the handoff. Lots of running room. Picks up 10, 11 yards on first down.
Yeah, I just love the way Metzger runs.
Metzger.
Can't say it enough. He just hits the hole on the right side, gets his shoulder squared, and turns upfield. Little shifty runner.
Looks like number 82, Caden Shriver, checking in.
Well, Metzger's had a good football game here tonight, a couple of touchdowns.
Got number 7 in. Travis Graham is in the back as a receiver as well. High snap. Nice job taking it down, pulling it. Can't quite make who has that ball.
That's Metzger again on the carry. Tried to bounce it outside. Nice stop there by number 25 of the Magics to bump Metzger out of bounds. Flag on the play. Block in the back is the call against the Grizzlies. That'll push Wadsworth back.
Looks like number 18, Adam Heckel, come jogging off as well. That's Cooper Gray, I believe, number
36.
Yeah,
on
number
the carry.
36. That's Cooper Gray.
That's coming back because there's a hold on the offensive line of the Grizzlies.
And Cooper Gray's got some wheels. He's very fast.
Cooper Gray, the ball carrier.
So that will negate the run from Cooper Gray. An impressive run by Cooper.
Yes, it was.
Again, that's part of that sophomore class. Talented group of athletes.
CityLink, Neil's cabinetry and floors, rent installation.
But they've got to cut the mistakes out here, my friend.
Yes.
Insurance.
But that happens when you have so many a lot of new faces. This is more than rotation here now, which is good. Again, it's how you build a program and have some kids that are ready to play, step in when they have to. Clock is just ticking away. And there's some the ball must have been placed at the wrong spot. Now they're moving it further back. I don't remember. Okay.
So this will be a 1st and 30. My goodness.
So Stoops will have an empty backfield. Metzger's in the slot up in the top of the screen. And I think Travis Graham is in the bottom trips formation. He keeps it, bounces it to the right. It's taken down after he crosses the 20-yard line, picking up 4 or 5 yards.
That'll bring up a short 2nd and 25.
Sure. There was a time, go back the heyday of one Joey Boffman, that would be picked up regularly when they had to. Fake hand. Oh no, handed off to Metzger. Makes one magic miss and just stumbles down as he crosses the 20 and falls down in their 22-yard line. You see number 62 in there for the Grizzlies, Jordan Jones, a sophomore, 6'2", 205, offensive lineman.
Cooper Gray checking back in for the Grizzlies in the backfield. Now, what do you say, Coach? Are you going to throw it here on 3rd and 24? Keep the clock running?
No, he's going to roll right and throw it at this point. Looking, no, throws it. Intended receiver out there, I think was, can't quite tell, when was that, the Graham? Number 7, who would have dragged all the way across. There's your drag pattern, all the way across.
Well, he didn't have the depth to get the first down on that. So 4th and 24, Grizzlies forced to punt here, 6:26 and
Counting.
Running down. See if we can't get you an update from that Highland Hudson game.
Yeah, last we heard was all 14 all near halftime.
Oh. Friday night touchdown still showing 14-14.
Now, penalty on the Grizzlies, going to march it back 5 more yards. Coach Todd has elected to leave, I would call it the JV probably squad in there to punt this one away. Reese with the ball. High, not very deep, but very high punt. Takes a Barberton roll. He's going to be down at the 40 of the Magics.
Jordan Jones will down it for the Grizzlies. So the clock does stop on change of possession.
So next week, Worcester Generals come in. They played Orville, their rivalry, 112?
112th meeting between the two schools. And we talked to John Bernard about that earlier. Nobody's alive from game number 1 on that rivalry.
And as we were discussing, there was no helmets in that game.
And I wonder what type of field they played on, right?
Handoff, bounces it right. Nice run by the young man, number 22, once again. Emmanuel Jefferson. Number 51 in there for the Grizzlies, which is Nathan Garcia.
Number 50 also is Sean Payne.
He's at nose at the moment, I believe. Number 50 was.
Tommy Hone, 24, your right corner.
Quarterback looking to throw. It is complete.
Catch is made there by number 7, Mark Tavanello.
Is that number 18, 19? I think it's 19. Yeah, Braxton Denton is in at quarterback for Magics. He's a sophomore, 5'8", 160. We're down under 4 minutes in the game. Well, we come away with a victory, but let's hope it didn't cost us limp any time.
Number 51 on the stop for the Grizzlies, Nathan Garcia.
Brought down by Nathan Garcia.
Garcia playing the right end.
Second down, 13 for the Magic.
Left end, I beg your pardon. Nice play by the young man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Garcia, senior, 5'11", 205 pounds. Hudson, 35, Highland, 21. That one's got to be getting late.
Very late in the game. Looking to throw, going for the end zone. There's a penalty flag. We're going to get some kind of interference probably.
We got holding on Wadsworth is the call. Clock continues to run, 2:24-23. Holding against the Grizzlies secondary.
Let's see if the young Grizzlies can keep the Magics out of the end zone to end the game.
Well, I really like the quick start that Wadsworth got off on tonight. We scored 22 first quarter points. I can't recall if we had a score in the second half. I don't have a break or a second quarter. I don't have a breakdown by quarter, but really impressed with how defensively they really stopped Barberton's ability to strike fast. Three plays have really defined the points for the Barberton Magic tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was all in the first half, and they really righted the ship in the second half. They played really good ball, both sides of it, both sides. Intercepted by the Grizzlies.
44 on the interception for Wadsworth. That is Casey Hill, a 5'10", 170-pound senior linebacker. Just drops in coverage, and the ball just drops into his hands. So the Grizzlies will kneel this one out with $1:30 left in it.
Yep.
And an impressive win considering all of the mistakes that the Grizzlies made with penalties and special teams tonight.
Yep. And you do, Coach Todd would never want to hear this, but you kind of expect some of that in the first game of the season. It's a lot going on, nerves, first-time players, Friday night lights. But again, second half they came out and cleaned it up a great deal.
I'm really happy with how well they played here in the second half. They had a quick strike by Will Stack, who, by the way, Will Stack, if I had to give a player of the game, it's Will Stack tonight.
Absolutely.
Over 130 yards rushing for the young man, a couple of touchdowns. Metzger had a fantastic game offensively tonight. 2 touchdowns for Metzger tonight.
Good kickoff return earlier in the game. Got it up.
And say hello to Elijah.
Grizzly Bear mascot. And there we go. The Grizzlies are going to take a knee.
Well, the Wadsworth mascot Elijah, named after Wadsworth's founder, Elijah Wadsworth.
And thank you for that information from John Bernard in the van there. Educating us a little bit more.
John's got his history books down there. Right, John? Well, Wadsworth will open the season at 1-0. The Magic start out at 0-1, and the future looks bright. If anything, tonight tells us about this Wadsworth football team.
Absolutely. I mean, a great game. Work through the issues. Like we said, be patient. Work through issues. Mistakes are going to happen, and ended up being a long night for the Grizzlies. Definitely for us too.
Long football game, but the Grizzlies walk away victors 49-18. We wanted to say thank you to our camera folks upstairs, Aiden Usinski, Joanna Perino, John Bernard down in the van, making all this happen. For Robert Rickenbacker, I am Michael Elkins. Once again, the final from Hartwright Stadium, Wadsworth Grizzlies 49, Barberton Magics 18. We'll see you next week. So long, Wadsworth.
Good night, all.
Support of the school district and our students is very much appreciated. For additional information, please visit www.wctv.com. SoniaHalstead.howardhannon.com. And again, thanks very much for being here. Next Friday night, Worcester Generals. And don't forget, if you park on the grass, you're going to have to go north. You can't go south without the road closed.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.